Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing a quick unboxing of Aliens Bug Hunt by Upper Deck. While I was playing A Glorious Day in the Core and I had such a fun time doing that, I had a lot of different people reach out asking if I've tried Aliens Bug Hunt, and I haven't. So I went out and grabbed a copy and it just arrived, and so I'm going to do a quick unboxing of it to see what's in there, and of course we'll be doing a playthrough on the channel as well. First off, I want to make sure that everybody understands this is a 1 to 4 player game, lasts about 60 minutes, and is for ages 17 plus. And I'm not exactly sure how this game is going to play, but it's Aliens, so how can it be bad? Anything in the Aliens universe to me is just fantastic, so I'm really excited to get into this. The theme has already gripped me, and we're going to go ahead and see what's in the box. And if you're excited to do that, then I need you to meet me at the table. So let's go ahead and take off the box for Aliens Bug Hunt. Of course, this is a really odd shaped box. And it says game components, 125 playable cards, 30 location tiles, 4 player boards, 30 custom dice, and 4 rule books. Ages 17 plus as usual. And it said, oh, read this first. Well, what do you know? Let's go ahead and do that. Read this first. The situation, of course, is it says here that the contact with the colony on LV-426 has been lost. Oh no, we gotta go find out what happened. We're gonna secure the colony and complete all 3 of your missions, then escape the complex before you're overrun by the xenomorphs. Well, if you saw my Glorious Day in the Core, that was the very same concept that we had to do in that one. Also, we have our general instructions. You are going to need to work as a team to succeed. You must also learn the rules as a team. Now, hand out the rules dossier to each player. If there are fewer than 4 players, divide them up as follows. So you can play with less players, but it looks like no matter what, you are playing with 4 players. Now on the back, we have our mission order. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Then let's have all of our different tokens, and we're also probably gonna have our rule books in here as well. Let's dig out all the different things. Wow, there's just a whole bunch of stuff in here. We're gonna go through all of this as we can. Here's the player dossiers, confidential. This is what I want to get to first. So our dossiers are going to tell us a little bit about each of the different characters. As the communications specialist, you may think you have a thankless job. And you'd be right, but the communication is the most important component in the USCM's mission. Without communication, our war fighting and force projection capabilities would eventually grind to a halt. Your job as communication specialist to learn the player turn sequence, player movement, and player actions. So I'm going to guess that's what this person's whole dossier is about all the different things that have to do with that part of the game. That's kind of cool. So basically, you could open this game and start playing with your friends right away, and everybody could learn a little bit of the rules, not one person have to know them all. So this is the intelligence of everything. That's pretty funny. It's going to say the exact same thing, except the intelligence sergeant's job is to operate the tracking deck and manage the hive counter and xenomorph dice. So again, that's going to be all the stuff that's found in that rule book. I'm actually really digging this. This is in charge of setting up and regarding shooting. So we're going to go ahead and have different setups and shooting stuff. And then our last guy is in charge of the phase deck mission cards and the win-loss condition. All of that right here. So they have a really neat way of doing the rules. You'd get all 4 of these so that each person can kind of learn the rule. Of course, you're playing solo, you got to read them all anyway. And most likely I'm going to read them all anyway before I even played with anybody. But it's kind of neat that if you just crack this open right now, every person could go ahead and start reading at least 1 or 2 pages of a rule book instead of everybody having one person having a 10-page rule book in front of them. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other things in here. I'm just going to open this up. These are our 4 player boards. And of course, it has our turn sequence right here. So you're going to have 3 different characters, and one of them is going to be the point man, which most likely is going to be the person that's attacked most often because they're going to be in front. And everybody gets their own board, and I'm guessing all of these are exactly the same, just a different color. So those are going to be all of our different player boards. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. I believe this is the APC tracker. It is the APC tile here, and it shows the different sectors that we're going to be laying out map tiles for, from what I understand. It also has the xenomorph phase, which one of the characters is going to be in charge of. I think it's the intel sergeant, if I remember right, is in charge of that. And also we have over here the hive track. I'm going to guess that as this goes up, bad things are going to happen. So that's going to be our APC thing. On the back, there is nothing. So that's the next thing we looked at. We're going to go ahead. Of course, we have all our different punch boards here. We have a bunch of different tokens. These are going to be our objective tokens, and then these are going to be our wound tokens. And they come actually, this is an interesting way of doing this. So these are your wound tokens. They all look the same on this side, but on this side, they're either KO'd or they're fine. So you're not sure really what happened to you. Then we have our breach tokens up here, and then this is going to be our hive counter right here. This one right here is our hive counter. The next thing we have is this little compartment right here that has our looks like our miniatures, which I'm going to have to paint up, which would be pretty awesome. We have two of the miniatures here. One of them is this guy right here with a little smart gun. Pretty neat. Then I'm guessing we got a guy with either a flame unit or a pulse rifle of some kind. Let's see what it is. Looks like a pulse rifle. Might be nope, it's a flame unit, I think, with that little thing hanging down with its canister. Then we have all the different custom dice. There's a lot of dice in here. They all have different symbols, which are going to mean different things based on what you're trying to do. Wow, look at all these dice. Oh my gosh, just tons of dice. All right, cool. Put them all back. They're all the same. All right, so that's all the different dice. These are our character rings. I believe you can put them on your character so you can designate which one goes to what group. Then underneath here, we've got even more stuff. I'm guessing, yep, there it is, 2 more characters. Because, of course, this is a 4-player game. This guy is carrying, this must be Hicks with his shotgun, I'm guessing. Most likely there. At least that's what I'm guessing it's supposed to symbolize, and I bet this guy's got like a pulse. No, this is a shotgun. Well, what the heck is this guy holding? Are they all the guy shotguns? Are they the same guy? That'd be kind of funny. Oh, they're a little bit different. Not by much. I guess this must be a pulse rifle, and this is the shotgun. But they're pretty close to the same. All right, then we got all our different cards and our map tiles down here. So here are some of the tiles that we're going to be putting down. We're putting objectives on them. They're going to have an effect on the hive. This is kind of cool. Each one of these, of course, is a little bit different, and you're going to be laying these out from your APC based on how you're told or based on your movement, and then it's going to kind of create this hive as you're walking around inside the hive, which is kind of cool. And of course, the xenomorphs are going to appear, bad things are going to happen, you're going to try to survive, and that's really the rules of the game. Just like any other aliens game, survive and get out. The first set of cards looks like it's going to be our character cards. Now, of course, you're going to have 1 character and then 2 grunts, and those are going to go on your player board in front of you, which are then, of course, you can set them however you want. So, for example, here's our player board right here. We could say take a pwn here, and it says your squad has +1 movement. He could be anywhere. You could put him here in the very beginning point, or you could put them over here in the ready point, and then the rest of the characters in the back here, they're going to be different grunts. They're going to be too. So you have the main guy, and then you've got grunts. So maybe you want your grunt to maybe get damaged first before you do. You might be in the back, and I'm sure certain people are going to have advantages based on where they are. Okay, so we have Bishop, we have Crow. I'm going to guess we have all the people. Dietrich, Drake, Frost. Yeah, we get them all. Hicks, Hudson, Lieutenant Gorman. We've got Ripley, Vasquez, and where's Bowski? That's awesome. We don't have Pharaoh and Spunkmeyer again. Well, I guess they're up in the dropship. That's too bad. They don't get to join us on our adventure, but that's okay. So we have all the Marines and, of course, some of the characters that also were in it too, like Lieutenant Gorman and Ripley. I also noticed that Burke's not here, but that's okay because I don't think Burke would want to come down here anyway. All right, those are all the different characters that are going to be put out onto your character boards as you play the game. Next, we have phase cards. This is going to be a deck that's going to decide what order of turn you're going to be going when it comes to the Aliens game. This one over here is all the different Marines, so when your color's up, that means your characters are going to move. And of course, there's a wild card where you could kind of choose any one you wanted to. Then there's also these. These are the Aliens. The Aliens have their own phase cards, and things are going to happen when these are drawn. And they're actually shuffled in with this deck, and you're only going to shuffle in ones equal to the amount of characters at first, but then of course guessing this grows as maybe the game grows or as different things develop that are going to make this deck become more and more powerful for the Aliens and less powerful for you, I'm guessing. Because after all, it's going to be a struggle to try to survive, I'm sure. Also, there's a set of mission cards. These are going to be your mission. You get 3 of these, and you have to try to figure out what you're going to do during the game. For example, here's Burn and Clear. Activate whenever a squad shoots. They may target an additional 3 xenomorphs in their tile for that shot. And we need 3 objective tokens for that one. And here's another one. Obtain video evidence. Activate at any time. Move all xenomorphs in a single tile to an adjacent tile. There's 3 markers for that too. My guess is you're going to need to fill this up in order to be able to activate this mission card. That's my guess. We're going to see how that plays out. The last set of cards we have is going to be our motion tracker cards. They're basically this huge deck of cards that are just going to have blips on them, and it's going to tell you what sector these blips are going to be part of. And these sectors are based on the APC card here. So I'm guessing as you play through the game, of course, this is going to grow, and if you draw this one, you're going to be placing 5 blips out on cards that are in the 5th sector, and so on and so forth. Oh my gosh, I don't want that one. Well, hopefully there's not one in here that makes all these blips move, because that's bad news. All right, or places 2 blips on every single thing. That'd be horrible. For example, you got these 3 here. Then, of course, there's also something, drop ceiling. Put a xenomorph into each tile that still has an objective counter on it. So on top of the spawning thing, you're also going to be dealing with some of the cards that are in here. Really cool. So far from what I see, I think I'm really going to be digging this game. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks fast and fun and furious. And that's it. That's Alien Bug Hunt. That's it. That's all that's in the box. It's a small little box that has a lot of fun. There's nothing else in this box to go through. I'm excited to get to this one. This one looks like a lot of fun. Of course, I don't know who to take. If you want to see a certain character, let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to try to put that person in our group. Of course, I have to pick 4 because, of course, we're playing. It seems like you always have to have 4 squads. That'd be pretty awesome. Tell me at least a couple you might be interested. I might pick a couple that I really want to play with, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Now, I haven't looked through these cards yet. I don't know exactly what all these people do. Your squad has +1 movement. That one is pretty obvious. But the rest of these people, whenever Dietrich shoots, target 2 additional xenomorphs in your tile. That seems kind of powerful. Is it? I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. Vasquez, let's rock him, of course. Vasquez gets +2 firepower while there are no xenomorphs on your tile. Awesome. And it almost looks like that's the exact part in the movie when that happened, which is pretty neat. Now, of course, it doesn't have movie art, but it still has really cool art that looks very similar to the movie, which is pretty neat. It actually has them looking somewhat like they're supposed to. Caricatures of the people in the movies, which is pretty awesome. All right, so that's Aliens Bug Hunt by Upper Deck. I'm excited to get to it. I hope you're excited to see this one. If you like the unboxing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell symbol so you know when this playthrough comes out. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. Of course, I would love to hear some of the people you think I should try to play as. Who knows? Maybe I might get those out there. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see Aliens Bug Hunt and anything else, then I need you to meet me at the table.